What's up, YouTube? It's AvrillR32 here, and I just got some bad news. I went to go check my SD card here on this crap-ass Kodak camera, and I had done a couple vlogs at the regional. They weren't really that good. I reviewed them, and I didn't really like them. I deleted them. They weren't all that good. But a friend of mine, Alan C. Pennington, was there, and I wanted to get a deck profile with him because he had this really crazy-ass deck, and it actually worked. And what happened was I took out the SD card, put it into my computer, went to go copy, I'm sorry, my laptop, because I still don't have my computer, copy and paste the video onto my desktop so I could upload and, edit it and whatever, and it wasn't there. So I'm like, what the hell? So my camera's screwed up. I need to get a new damn camera or something, because this one's just acting like shit now all of a sudden. I don't know why, and it really pisses me off. But luckily I have I remember what his deck list is. I can't remember what his YouTube channel is, but I will have it in the description. And Alan C. Pennington, if you're watching this, I deeply apologize, man. I really do. But I will have a link to his YouTube in the description. He's also on Duelist Grounds if you want to contact him on there. Facebook, all that good stuff. But yeah, I will have a link to his channel in the description. And he said he got the original list from a guy named Trynet, T-R-Y-N-E-T. So be sure to check him out too. And I will explain stuff as I go along. At least I will try to. I can't explain it as well as Pennington was able to in the video, and it was a really good damn video too. Like, it was gonna give me a hell ton of views. So that really does piss me off, and it's not completely done yet because I've been working on it all day today, and there are a couple of things missing, but I am gonna give you the complete deck list as I go through. So it is a weird as hell deck, but it works. He went X1 and then lost in the final round, and really the only thing that this deck has problems with is Thunder King, because pretty much the whole point of the deck is to mill out the opponent, and pretty much just keep on recycling cards, putting them in your deck over and over and over and over again. And a lot of these cards you guys may not know what they do, so I am going to go through each card and tell you what they do. So first we have, I only have one, but it's 3 Gashiki Vision, and what he does is he's a level 2 Sea Serpent Aqua type, and his effect is, if I can read it, if you ritual summon a water ritual monster, this card can be used as the entire tribute. You can discard this card, add a Gashiki ritual monster from your deck to your hand. So essentially you just pitch him, and you would also pitch our handy dandy 3 Gashiki Shadows, which does the same thing as Vision, except it allows you to add a ritual spell. So you pitch Shadow and you pitch Vision, and you get a ritual monster and the Gashiki Aqua Mirror into your hand. So 3 Gashiki Shadows. And then for drawing, because this deck does a hell ton of drawing, 1 Royal Magical Library. Activate a spell. Once he gets 3 spell counters on him, remove all 3 and draw a card. I only have 1. Pennington is using 2. And you side deck the 3rd. Ibashiki Mind Agus. His effect is that cannot be normal summoned or set, must first be ritual summoned. You can ritual summon this card with any Gashiki ritual spell card. When this card is ritual summoned, target up to 5 cards in any graveyard, shuffle those targets into the deck. So you drop him, you put 5 cards from your grave back into the deck, and you shuffle, and you keep on making your opponent run out of cards in their deck. And then next up, that's it. Or I'm sorry, that's not it for the monsters. Also, he used 3 Ibashiki Soul Ogre, which he can be ritual summoned with any Gashiki ritual spell, and when I think it's like once a turn or something like that, but don't quote me on that, but you can target a card on your opponent's side of the field and return it to the top of their deck or to their hand. I can't remember which one it is, but you run 3 Soul Ogre and 2 Ibashiki Mind Agus, and like I said, Pennington's gonna have the full list on his channel, so definitely go check him out for that. For the spells, that's it for the monster lineup. 3 Into the Void. Really basic draw engine card, very good. We found out at the regional that if you have exactly 3 cards in your hand and you activate Into the Void, you're down to 2 cards. You can, because at the time you have 3 cards in your hand. So if you have exactly 3 in hand and you have Into the Void in your hand, you can activate Into the Void. So very, very nice ruling. I like that. And Magical Mallet, I asked him if he wanted to use Reload. He said Magic Mallet's just overall better. And and I see why, because you don't want to have to return your entire hand, because you can end up with like 20 to 25 cards in your hand with this deck, just because you do that much drawing. So Magical Mount is definitely a must whenever you get those kind of just deadish hands. And the best spell card out of the entire deck, 3 Gashiki Aquamirror. What Aquamirror does is the ritual spell. It allows you to play, this card can be used to ritual summon any Gashiki ritual monster. It must also tribute monsters from the field or your hand whose total level is equal to the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. You can shuffle this card from the graveyard into the deck to target one Gashiki ritual monster in your graveyard and return that target to the hand. So you play it, get out the ritual by offering up Vision or Shadow, return it back to your deck. That's another card in your deck so that you don't deck yourself out, and put one of your monsters back into your hand. So very, very, very good. And then we got 3 trade-in. You have the targets. Soul Ogre is a target, and that you may think it's dead, but it's really not. 1 Dark World Dealing. Very basic draw card. Only 1. It's all you really need, honestly. And then 1 card Destruction. He said this is pretty much just as broken in this deck as in Dark Worlds, and I agree. The ability to have 25 cards in your hand with this deck and being able to recycle 5 of them with double Aegis, so technically 10. You can have like 20 cards in your hand, use card Destruction, boom, your opponent just lost 20 cards out of their deck. And they lost whatever their hand was, which is going to more than likely be the same as you, possibly. And I'm still looking for my 3rd. Triple Upstart. You don't care about your opponent gaining life points. You also run Magical Stone Excavation. So even Pennington said in the profile I did with him that at one point his opponent was at 25,000 life points, just because he was using Upstart Goblin that many times. Next up, Triple Salvage. All of your targets except for Royal Magical Library are water, so you can recycle your Shadow, your Vision, your Aegis, and your Soul Ogre. So more than enough targets. 3 One Day of Peace. Not only does this stop the damage for a turn in case you can't get off the mill FTK, this makes you and your opponent both draw, which is very, very nice. And next is Triple Moray of Greed. There are going to be times when you want certain cards in your deck and you want to be able to have better cards in your hand, so definitely Triple Moray is definitely a must. 1 Magical Stone Excavation. This just allows you to reuse spells from your grave by ditching 2 cards. Very good spell card. Just 1 is necessary. You're going to have more than enough cards in your hand to where pitching 2 cards is nothing, which is why we are also using Triple Hand Destruction. Using triple because we want our opponent to draw a mill out from their deck, so this is absolutely a must. Really the only things that you're going to need in the side is a 3rd Mind Aegis, because this deck does kind of lose the Thunder King a little bit. It doesn't necessarily lose, but it makes it a little bit harder to get off what you need to get off. But on top of that, if your opponent max sees, which they more than likely will, that's just going to make it easier on you, because they're going to be drawing whenever you play a ritual, and then they're also going to be drawing more from all your drawing cards. So like I said, Pennington is going to have the full deck list on his channel, so I highly suggest you guys go and check that out. Definitely an insane as hell deck. In the profile I was like, this is an interesting hell of a deck, and it works. He went X1 and lost in the final round, and he topped. So he got his invite to Nats with this, and I mean, I don't know, like it's awesome. Like, being able to mill out your opponent like this is just insane. Like, every time that he played, it took him 40 minutes just to do his first turn. Like, that's literally how long it took. It took him 40 minutes in a round just to do his first turn. And his opponent ended up losing anyway. He even said to one opponent, I was actually watching, he said to his opponent, even if you have 10 Valors, it's not going to matter. I'm going to win. And so, anyways, that's pretty much it for this profile, you guys. I'm going to have his channel in the description so that you guys can go and check that out. Once again, Pennington, I'm really sorry that the video got deleted. I swear to God, I did not do anything to it. Just my camera, I guess, wanted to act like a piece of shit. I don't know. It really kind of pisses me off. But you know, it's whatever. I went X3 at the regional. I used windups, so I'm going to have my windup deck profile up after I put this on my laptop, and I think that's it, so I will see you guys later. Peace.